Today we're in Squaw Valley at the resort at Squaw Creek.
We're super excited to be here. We're at one of our favorite mountains, and we can't wait to tell you all about this resort. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Max.
I'm Marin.
And we're Voyager Group. We post weekly videos with hotel reviews, travel tips, and videos from some of our favorite destinations around the world. So if you don't already, consider subscribing. And if you like this video and you find it useful, make sure to hit the thumbs up. It really means a lot to us. And of course, if you have any questions about the property or anything else, make sure to throw them in the comment section below. So let's jump right into the review.
Our first category is location. This location is absolutely 5 stars with a ski in, ski out lift literally next to our window right now. It cannot be beat.
Yeah, as Marin mentioned, in the Lake Tahoe area, if you're familiar with it, there's a lot of different mountains. They're all scattered around the entire lake. Some are in the north side, some are in the south side, and here in the Squaw Valley area, there's really only a few hotels that we'd say have real prime real estate, and above all, Squaw Valley Resort certainly does. Our second category is lobby and check-in.
Lobby and check-in, we rate 4 stars. The lobby is absolutely spectacular. You have got unparalleled views of the entire valley, and it is breathtaking, honestly.
The design of the lobby is stunning. You come in and there's these giant natural boulders, this big stone fireplace, and these huge windows that go probably 25 feet in the air all the way to the top of the ceiling that just look out across the entire valley with a cascading waterfall that goes through the middle of the property all the way down to the pools. I mean, it's really breathtaking.
The valet are particularly excited to be helping you out when you pull up in the property, and it can be a bit of a confusing experience. The check-in also didn't offer anything like a welcome beverage, so that was what was missing for us.
This is actually our 3rd time staying at this property, and every time the check-in experience has been lacking a bit. It just seems to be a bit disorganized, particularly with pulling up with your car and trying to figure out where your skis go, where your bags go, who's helping you. People tend to be running around a bit and don't tend to be particularly helpful. That's changed a little bit from our first 2 stays. I think they were slightly more attentive than they were in our first 2 stays, but certainly I think it's something that is an area for growth. Our 3rd category is rooms.
Rooms were at 4 stars. So much to our surprise, we were actually upgraded to a fireplace suite, which is a 1-bedroom suite located on the 7th floor, and it is absolutely beautiful.
We're actually not working with the Squaw Valley Resort on this stay, but we're working with HotelTonight. And so it's possible that through that relationship with HotelTonight, we got upgraded to a nicer room, but it's really a stunning room. We have a beautiful fireplace and a nice living room, and the windows are just, it's a beautiful panoramic view in a bay window where you can see in 180 degrees all across the mountains, the valley. You can see the swimming pools, the whole property. You can see the lift leaving directly from the property, just going right up the hill straight from our room.
Our room is also a really nice size, although it is on a smaller size compared to some of the other properties we've stayed at in Squaw Valley, even for a suite. However, the amenities are amazing. This particular suite does have a little kitchenette with full kitchen appliances, a Keurig machine, and Nest products in the bathroom, which I love.
Yeah, one thing certainly is that the style is a little dated. It does have a nice lodgy mountain feel, but at the same time, there's a lot of dark cherry and kind of older curtains. They have spruced it up a bit since some of our last stays where they've added some new pillows and a couple decorations in the room that have changed it up a little bit. But certainly when we look at evaluating rooms, we're not just looking at this room, we're also looking at the standard rooms that we've stayed in, and we've stayed in both a standard king room and a standard double room on our previous stays. And just based on that, the rooms do tend to be on the smaller side. They're certainly cozy, but I wouldn't exactly say that they're a luxurious or high-styled room.
It is worth noting as well that if you are in a standard room, the walls are a little bit thin, so if you do have trouble sleeping, that might be something to keep in mind. We didn't have any issues in our room because our bedroom is separate from the living room and it is not a connecting room from the bedroom. We did hear the neighbors last night who did have children, so that was a bit of a disturbance.
It's probably worth noting that every room in this building is a lock-off. So whether or not you're in a standard room or you're in one of these suites, there is at least one door that locks off to another room, because the way that this property was built is actually more in an apartment style, and they're actually 90+% of the rooms are privately owned, not owned by the hotel, and then are rented out through the hotel as part of the hotel and resort experience. So it is an ownership property first, and the way that they actually distribute the rooms is through the hotel model. So that is worth noting. It does kind of create a little bit of that atmosphere when you do realize that there is somebody in the room directly next to you, and all that's separating you is 2 panels of door. 4. That is just something to note. If you are here with a family and you're able to get one of those connecting rooms, 2 rooms next to each other, really ends up being a convenient thing.
Along with some of the upgrades that they have made, it is worth noting as well that they did add USB chargers and an outlet literally in the nightstand, which is an awesome feature, particularly for an older property where you can't really do too much with the outlets in the wall.
Yeah, and of course, if we didn't mention it already, this fireplace behind us, we love. How cool is that? Our 4th category is service.
The service we rate 4 stars. As Max mentioned, this is our 3rd time staying on property, but our 1st time since Hyatt acquired the brand Destination Hotels, which owns the resort at Squaw Creek. We have seen some notable changes since the Hyatt acquired them, and every interaction we've had with staff on this trip has been really good.
Yeah, the service has notably improved. Our first couple stays here, as we mentioned, the bell staff in particular, and also the front desk, it was a little bit iffy at best, but it's really what you kind of expect when you go to mountain towns. Sometimes you have seasonal employment, sometimes you just have that kind of local mountain atmosphere where people aren't too service-minded. Really, whatever's changed in terms of management between when Hyatt acquired them about a year ago to now has really upped the service ante a little bit, and I think we really noticed it. Our 5th category is dining.
Dining rate 4.5 stars. We have had one other meal on property besides the one on this stay. We had lunch here last time and it was great. This time we tried breakfast because we wanted to evaluate dining and it was amazing.
Honestly, all of the food that we've had here has been really good, and we've read through TripAdvisor reviews and talked to a couple other guests, and in general, people are really happy with the food. And it's hard not to be. This resort, you could pretty much stay here and not have to go into the base village of Squaw at all. In fact, this resort alone has 5 dining options, including a fine dining option with their steakhouse, an Italian restaurant, pub where Marin and I had lunch, the breakfast buffet, and a casual deli style where you can pick up food to go like pizzas and sandwiches.
There's also room service, which is a great option. We considered it last night when we didn't want to leave our fireplace suite, but maybe next time.
Yeah, one of the really nice things about the entire dining experience here is, as I mentioned, you don't really have to leave the property, and though it is easy, they do have a shuttle that goes into town, it is kind of nice to just be able to hang out here and really experience the resort atmosphere and feel like you're really part of a resort. Our 6th category is facilities.
Facilities rate 5 stars. This truly is a resort. They have everything, including a pool, multiple hot tubs, including an adults only hot tub, which is really nice. They have an on-site spa, and guests can access the spa amenities for free, like the steam room and sauna.
They have an ice skating rink. How cool is that?
Amazing.
You can go out and skate underneath the lights at night. It's so cool. They also have a ski valet that'll bring your skis out, and again, a lift that leaves directly from the property. So skis are left out, lift is right there, you can go right up the mountain, which you do access from the far left-hand side, so it's not exactly accessing the mountain directly at the base, but it is a convenient way to get up in the morning. But if you do want to get to the base, they also offer a shuttle, which is so convenient. That shuttle runs from early in the morning before the lifts open to a little bit later in the evening if you want to go to a restaurant that's in the Squaw Valley area.
There's also a golf course in the summer, so if you are here in the summer, there are plenty of things to do, and they also have other activities in the summer months.
Another thing that's worth mentioning for the Lake Tahoe area is parking. They do offer valet parking as well as self-serve parking, but a key difference is that they don't charge for self-serve parking, which I think is really important, because if you're coming to Squaw, chances are you're driving. In most cases, you're going to be either renting a car, even if you fly in, or you're going to be driving your own car. So having that option to just have parking already included and part of the resort fee is something that doesn't quite justify the resort fee, because although their facilities are really nice, and I would say of a lot of properties that we stay at where they have a resort fee, this is the closest one that comes to actually justifying that $40 resort fee, because they do have so many amazing facilities. But it is great that they do include self-serve parking in that, and unlike one of the other Hyatts in this area, the Hyatt Regency at Incline Village, which did used to offer free parking and free valet parking if you had status with Hyatt, no longer does, and it's kind of annoying because there's really no other way to get to that Hyatt, or this Hyatt for that matter, other than driving in a car. And our 7th and final category is style.
Style we rate 3.5 stars. While they've made some really great upgrades to the rooms, like some of the new furniture, some of the new modern amenities like pillows and cushions and other things like that, the style is a little bit on the sterile side.
We really love the style on the actual property itself. Down in the lobby, it just has such a warm and inviting feel. There's all these warm rocks and nice accents, and behind the front desk, they have these little gold skiers that they've put. There's a lot of really cool accents that make it feel like a resort and kind of bring back that vibe of the Olympics and the heyday of Squaw Valley. They have all these flags that are up by the ice skating rink, the giant waterfall, and then the rooms just kind of lack a little bit. It feels like there's maybe a lack of decor. They do have a warm and lodgy feeling, but it does seem like it could be stepped up just a bit.
I will say, the style in the suites is much improved from the standard rooms. In the previous stays that we've had here, the standard rooms are definitely on the colder side that are lacking those elements from the rest of the property. The suites seem to have stepped it up quite a bit, and there are some more accents, while they are missing some decor.
And I think one of the things that's worth noting about why those standard rooms are maybe a little bit less decorated and less interesting and on the smaller side than other standard rooms at other properties is because pretty much every standard room was originally built as a secondary room to the main room. As in the suite that we're in right now has a lock-off to a standard room, and because of that kind of apartment feel, it tends to make those rooms, I'd say, probably not as desirable.
Overall, we rate this property 4.3 stars. We love this hotel, we keep coming back, and we're so excited to have stayed here thanks to HotelTonight.
Yeah, it was really great to be able to come up here again, just experience this in the dead of winter, ski resort operating, the beautiful sunshine outside. Actually, the next thing on our list is to throw our skis on, get on that lift, and hop up the mountain.
So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, and if you have any questions or feedback, if you're thinking about planning a trip up here to the Lake Tahoe area and you have any questions about hotels in the area, be sure to leave them in the comments below or just direct message us on Instagram. If you don't follow our Instagram already, it's at Voyager Guru. We've linked in the description below the written review for this hotel, which you can find on our blog at voyagerguru.com. If you're evaluating any other properties in the Lake Tahoe area, make sure to check out our other videos. We've left them on the end screen so you can go check out what properties we've covered in the Lake Tahoe area and the greater California area as well. So, as always, I'm Max.
I'm Marin.
And we're Voyager Guru.
See you out there.